What's up guys, Daniel Ndukwu here, and in this video I'm diving deep into an iDrive review. I'm going to go through all the features, I'm going to go through the pricing, the ease of use, the customer support, and everything in between. By the end of this iDrive review, you have a really clear understanding of what it is, what it can do for you, and really what it can't do. Now I'd like to remind you before we dive in to subscribe to the channel and like this video. If you're interested in signing up for iDrive, make sure you use the links down below in the description. Now let's get into the review you came for. iDrive is a cloud backup application that comes with the features you'd expect from a tool of this caliber, but it also goes a step further by incorporating file sharing services. So it's one of the top tools in the cloud backup space, and it also rivals tools like Dropbox because of the file sharing features. This is something really unique amongst cloud backup tools. They just don't do file sharing. Now let me dive into that as well as the other features that help iDrive stand out. As I mentioned before, iDrive is a cloud storage platform, but they have something called iDrive Express. Now this is usually when you first sign up for iDrive and you have a lot of data to back up. They'll send you a physical hard drive for you to back up large amounts of data, and then you send it back. And they'll upload it to your cloud with no bandwidth limits or usage restrictions. Or if you want to restore from a backup, they'll also send your data in the mail, and you can restore from a physical device and then send it back to them. So this is available once a year for personal users and 3 times a year for business users. And on all the plans, you're able to back up unlimited devices as long as you don't exceed your data cap. And of course, there's real-time sync across all devices via the cloud. So if you back up here, you can access it there. And it has a desktop client for Mac and Windows users. Unfortunately, it's not available on Linux, so you'll have to use the web interface if you're using a Linux device. So it supports multiple types of backups. It supports continuous incremental backups or regularly scheduled backups. The one you choose definitely depends on your current situation and what you're looking for, but it supports both of them. In addition to those different timings of the backup, it supports different types of backups such as server, hybrid, NAS, and image-based backups. One thing I like is that even though they're continuously backing up and syncing data from your computer, if you delete a file from your computer, it's not automatically deleted from iDrive until you manually delete it. So this is a nice feature because you may accidentally delete something from your computer, or something may happen, you lose that on your computer. You know how things are, and you want to access it again. So iDrive makes sure that unless you want to delete it, it doesn't get deleted. So it has a mobile app for both Android and Apple devices. And unlike similar cloud backup services, it's not just a way to control your settings or control access levels and all those things. You can actually back up those devices using iDrive. It makes for a very sticky application. So once you get started, once you start backing up your data, it's basically impossible to leave, right? It has a cool feature where you can share files. You can create a specific folder, and anything that you drop inside of that folder is a shareable file. So you can load it up with gigabytes and gigabytes of data. And the really interesting part is that it doesn't eat into your backup data limit. So even if you have like 50 gig or 100 gig inside of that shareable folder, it doesn't count against your 500 gigabytes or 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte plan. So that's really interesting. In the fact that it has a shareable folder is interesting. And then the fact that it doesn't eat into your data allocation is nice. So on the business account, you can add multiple users based on your plan, multiple devices, and you can allocate what kind of permissions they have, what kind of files they can access, and which kind of files are off limits for them. And of course, you have security features like 2-factor authentication, and is HIPAA compliant for all those people who are working in the medical industry. Now let's take a look at iDrive pricing. So there is a free plan with iDrive. It's free for up to 5 gigabytes. And then you can get a discount. Click the link in below to get the discount. So on your first year, instead of paying $69.50, you'll only pay $52.12 for 5 terabytes of data on the personal plan, or 10 terabytes of data, which usually costs $99.50 a year, cut down to $74.62. Click the link down in the description to take advantage of that discount. And then for the iDrive team plans, it's starting at $74.62 a year with a discount. And then it's 5 computers, 5 users, and 5 terabytes of storage. And so the iDrive business plan has unlimited computers, unlimited users, but the data allocation is much smaller than other ones. So it comes with 500 gigabytes for the first year for $149.62. And if you want to increase that to 1.25 terabytes, it's $374 for the first year. The business plans are much more expensive, but they allow you a lot of leeway. There are no unlimited data allocation plans, which is a bummer because some other cloud backup systems do have unlimited storage. So iDrive does get points for ease of use. The interface is really easy to interact with and, take advantage of because everything is clearly labeled. The left menu is in your face and you can really understand what's going on. And this is true for both the web interface and the desktop client. So there basically is no learning curve. It's basically backup, restore, all that good stuff is right there in your face. I personally prefer the look of the desktop client over the web client because they're a bit bigger and I don't have to strain my eyes. Sometimes I use a small computer. But in the end, that's a personal preference and it doesn't affect the overall ease of use of the platform. So iDrive support is around the clock, 24/7, 365 days a year. Except for some holidays, they operate at a limited capacity and they're available via phone, live chat, email, and they have a robust knowledge base. One thing that I dislike about iDrive is that the upload speed could use some work. It's kind of slow when especially the fact that you're backing up your computer. So you need to be able to move fast so it doesn't slow down other things that you're doing so you don't have to maybe leave your computer on just to get the backup done. So they could really improve on upload and download speed. But apart from that, iDrive is a very, very solid platform. It's one of the best in the world. Security features and file sharing really put it in a class of its own and allows it to compete with some other tools you might not even expect it to be competing with. Backing up unlimited devices, the mobile and Android app, everything is really geared to making it easy for you to save your data, store your data, protect it. And then the fact that even if you delete something from one of your devices, it's not automatically deleted from iDrive. It's an extra layer of security from accidents, so to speak. So I give iDrive a thumbs up. It's definitely worth checking out. You can grab it by using the link down in the description. Let me know what you think in the comments and be sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video. I'll see you in the next one.